Let's pick a video template, but you can pick any template based on your needs to achieve this animation. Let's go over to the element tab and pick an element we want to animate. We'll be picking this aeroplane and we'll be pasting it on our page. We want to animate this aeroplane, we want it to move up. Our focus is on the match and move animation, so we want to use the match and move animation to make the aeroplane to move out of the page. For the match and move, what we should just do is to copy this image into another page, or we can click on the three dots and duplicate the page, or we could also click on Ctrl D on our computer to duplicate the page. Let's hover in between the two pages to bring up the transition pane. When we click on it, it will bring up the transition panel. You have all this transition, but our focus is on the match and move. We will increase the intensity and apply that to the page. Then we'll move our element on the second page to go out of frame a bit, not really out of the page fully. Let's preview that and see how it looks. You see, this is what match and move can achieve. Say we want it to go towards the other direction, let's rotate it to face that direction and drag it out of the page, but not to drag it off so we don't lose it out on the page. Then let's play that to see how it is. This is what match and move can achieve for us. Let's put that back out and let's attach a rectangle shape to it, and we'll be changing the transparency of our rectangle shape to 0, and we'll group it together with the elements. We want that to allow us to send this element out of the page so we don't lose it. But let's send it out and see if it's going to animate. I doubt if it's going to. You see, it did not animate because we did something on page 2 which was not on page 1. Let's put out that element and let's copy it into page 1. We'll delete what's on page 1 and paste what we copied from page 2. Let's rotate that to be in the original position and send it downwards, and let's copy it now into page 2. We can now send it into what direction we want it to be. Let's quickly copy it into page 2. We will delete what's on page 2 and paste what we have from page 1. Let's rotate it clockwise a bit and send it out to go up out of the page. Then let's preview that. You see how beautiful that looks. You can animate any element. Let's go back to our element tab and pick this circle to animate. We'll scale that out a bit and we'll place it to the side. We want it to rotate across the page. Let's quickly attach a shape to the circle by clicking R on our keyboard to bring up the shape. Let's reduce the transparency of the rectangle to 0 and group the rectangle and the circle together. This will allow us to move the elements out of the page so we don't lose the circle when we animate it. We'll copy that into the second page. You see, it's at the exact position where we copied it from the first page. Let's add a rotating effect. We want it to rotate while it animates, and we'll leave that in clockwise direction. Let's move it to go across the page and go out of the frame. Let's scale down this page so that we can see what we are doing. Let's play to review what it is. You see how that looks? You can go back and customize the speed to be steady. Now let's go back to the element tab to pick another image to work with. Let's pick this food image and edit the photo to remove the background. We'll crop the side a bit and position it to the middle. We want to duplicate this page. We want it to have a revealing effect. We want to reveal another food on the page. So let's remove the background of this food. This is the food that we want to reveal. So we'll send it backwards with position, and we want it to review the food when we match and move it. Let's apply match and move in between the two pages and customize the duration to go up fully, and let's go and review that. Let's quickly delete the other pages we have on our screen so we can work with these two pages. Now this image in page 1 is what we want to review the image in page 2. So when we go to page 2 and rotate the image that we copied from page 1, we will send it in any direction we want it to go. We'll be sending it downwards. Let's get that out a bit to cover what's in page 2 that we want to review. Let's drag the image to go down so that it can slide down when we apply the match and move animation. Let's preview that and see how it looks. You see that effect of sliding it down. Let's go back to the animation and reduce the speed so that the transition is seamless, like so, which is beautiful. So you see, you can use match and move animation to make an element to move in any direction you want it to be, to move seamlessly across pages, to even move as if the person is walking. Now let's duplicate the second page and drag this image that is down up. There's another animation I want to show you. Let's rotate that back to the original position and let's move out each of these food out of places where we want it to be. We want to apply another animation to it, and we'll be moving them out of the page so that when we apply this animation we can see it flowing seamlessly. Let's go over to animation. We'll be adding a rotating effect to these two images. Let's click on rotate and we'll allow it to rotate clockwise and increase the speed of the animation, and we'll click on the second element and rotate it anti-clockwise and also increase the speed too. Then we'll go over to create an animation and apply an animation on it. Let's hold down the shift key on our keyboard and drag the food to the direction we want it to go. Let's apply a steady effect to that, and let's go over to the second food image and apply our animation to it. Remember to hold down the shift key on your computer. We will delete that because we didn't get the line straight, and let's animate it properly. Let's make that steady and leave the speed as is and click on done. Feel free to go back into the setting and customize it how you want it to look. Don't be afraid to experiment. You can move elements in any direction you want to. Actually, you can do anything with this animation. Just experiment as much as you want to. Yeah, if you got value from this video, do well to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching and do have a good one.